big men is going to be a key for us. But he can run the court. He's all over the boards, and I'm not sure there's a better finisher in the game today than Blake.
He's already over YouTube just from practice, his exploits after practice in Las Vegas. We'll see what he can do when the games begin. Andre Iguodala proved his worth to the program in Turkey a couple of years back. The Sixers star led the team in steals at the World Championships in 2010. Jerry, how much did Iguodala contribute on the defensive end 2 years ago?
He contributed greatly, and that's one of the main reasons he made this roster. He's so versatile defensively. He can guard just about any position and any player. He's a stopper. And so when we came down to final choices, you take his character, you take his talents and what he can contribute in a team concept, and then the stopper that he is, he deserved to be on this team.
He earned it a couple of years back. Speaking of defense, the NBA's Defensive Player of the Year will wear USA on his chest again this summer. Tyson Chandler was also part of that World Championship team in Turkey 2 years back. Mike, when Chandler's name comes up, inevitably people talk about his attitude and his energy. What do you expect from him from game to game?
Well, the very first thing is Tyson's the best teammate of anybody we could have picked. In addition to being a shot blocker, rebounder, he really talks well on the defensive end. And when he's off the court, he talks well. There's an abundance of energy that he displays all the time. And he's so easy to play with, and he's a force multiplier is what I call him. Having him on the team makes everybody better.
Absolutely. And last but not least, the NBA's Sixth Man of the Year, James Harden, makes it 3 members of the Oklahoma City Thunder on this roster. 4 headed to London, if you count Serge Ibaka to clean that up. He will wear a Team USA jersey for the very first time when he takes the floor. Harden, a scorer and playmaking two-guard. Jerry, how do you expect to use him with this group?
Well, I think he surprised people. 2 months ago, he was on the radar screen, but not shining brightly necessarily. Given the opportunity, he finished so strongly this season. He gave us something to really sit back and think about. He has size, he has length at his position. Defensively, he's more than adequate. He comes up with a lot of loose balls, a lot of steals, and he is a scorer. And by the way, he can also shoot it. And there's a little bit of a difference between the two. And tough choice we had to make. Eric Gordon, James Harden. Harden deserved it for the reasons I mentioned, and we expect him, coming off the bench as he did, and he's accustomed to be able to play whenever he's called upon.
And his beard could become a traveling tourist attraction in London.
Yes.
So here it is, the 2012 U.S. Senior Men's National Team roster. As I mentioned, 5 holdovers from the Beijing team, 5 more from the team that won the World Championship in Turkey 2 years ago, plus James Harden and Blake Griffin, who will represent Team USA, at least at the U.S. Senior Men's National level, for the very first time.
Coach K, when you're looking at this roster, going back to 2008, I didn't think there's a team that you could put together that had more versatility, more speed and athleticism. I'm looking at this team in 2012. I think this team could have more versatility and more quickness. Do you envision this team playing even faster than the team played in 2008?
Well, I think your comment is right on. This is a more versatile team, mainly because you don't have Dwight Howard and Chris Bosh, so you have to be even more versatile. Almost everybody on the team can play multiple positions. The 2 guys who would not would be Tyson Chandler and Chris Paul. But everyone else can play more than one position. So the lineups that we will have during a ball game will be really interesting. I mean, you could have a lineup in there where even LeBron James is the point guard with Kobe and Westbrook and Carmelo and Durant. I mean, whatever you think about could happen with this team because of its versatility and athleticism.
We're staying with that versatility, Coach. When you start talking about defensively, when you look at this team, is there a possibility this team can get out and press and play more of a college style and get up and pick up 94 feet and really wear teams down defensively?
Well, it won't be done. We have to pick up, full court. Now, we won't do it recklessly, but to keep constant pressure because of the depth and athleticism that we have. And we have to be a team that rebounds collectively and hopefully starts our offense with a few turnovers, that we can force and gets high percentage shots. I like the fact that we can get out in passing lanes, but the rebounding, I think, is a key consideration. So we're going to have to get that from all 5 positions.
Well, it speaks to the depth of talent in this country that with all the losses we talked about earlier, this is an unbelievably talented group you've assembled. And I obviously feel good about what you've done here. It's an impressive group. Guys, we appreciate the time. Mike Krzyzewski, Jerry Colangelo. We'll see you in Las Vegas next week.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
And still ahead here, a couple of stars from this team. Stars, join us from Vegas. We'll talk to Kobe Bryant and Chris